Video number 7, Technopoly in Education, Part 2. It is interesting that the most innovative nations on the planet think of patents, openness, mobility, immigration, egalitarianism, startups, venture capital, a spirit of risk-taking, an entrepreneurial and flexible culture, tech investment, are the United States, Sweden, and Israel. These three nations also demonstrate poor or mediocre scores on international standardized tests. Yet these countries excel in science, technology, research, and innovation. The volatile and imponderable future belongs to imagination, critical thinking, social skills, daring, and creativity. For memory work and regurgitation, we have artificial intelligence thanks to Google. Real learning begins with curiosity, inspiration, searching, and hands-on experience. Our fast-moving and complex world demands a learning process built around the science of how to think, not the orthodoxy of what to think. In the computer age, consciousness replaces memory. Common Core is the kind of quick fix, top-down superficial thinking and planning that is typical in many countries. Unlike nations such as Japan and Finland, which is moving, by the way, toward project-oriented learning, where innovations are tested for several years with teachers and students who are integral to the planning and implementation of new concepts and programs. As one U.S. Senator, Sheldon Whitehouse, described it, education today consists of two worlds. One is of contractors and consultants and academics and experts and plenty of officials at the federal, state, and local level. The other is of those who teach, and the footprint of that first world has become way too big in their lives. The Pearson Corporation, which earns billions of dollars in annual educational contracts and controls 40% of the U.S. test market, advertises on Craigslist for test scorers to help grade the written portion of the standardized tests at $12 an hour. And these tests, marked by poorly trained temps, are used to evaluate teachers and determine the fate of their careers. No wonder everyone is trying to cheat. The system is fraudulent. So much for accountability. Common Core may meet the same messy fate as No Rich Child Left Behind or the untrialed rollout of Obamacare. Here is the assessment of Common Core from Diane Ravitch, an educational historian, research professor at New York University, and former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Education. Never before has one man had the wealth, the political connections, and the grand ambition to buy American education. But Bill Gates did it. Lindsay Layton of the Washington Post describes the creation of the Common Core standards. Two men, Gene Wilhoit and David Coleman, went to see Bill Gates in 2008 to ask him to underwrite national standards. He agreed, and within 2 years, these standards were written and adopted by almost every state in the nation. This is the closest thing to an educational coup in the history of the United States. Our educational system is made up of 14,000 local school districts. Most education policy is set at the local and state level. Bill Gates was able to underwrite a swift revolution. It happened so quickly that there was very little debate or discussion. Almost every consequential education group was funded by the Gates Foundation to study or promote the Common Core standards, whereas most businesses would conduct pilot testing of a major new product. There was no pilot testing of the Common Core. These national standards were written with minimal public awareness and participation. What made the Gates coup possible was the close relationship between the Gates Foundation and the Obama administration. When the administration launched its Race to the Top competition, it issued a list of things that states had to be eligible for a share of the $4.5 billion. All of this is basically illegal, since existing law forbids federal officials from exercising any direction, supervision, or control over the curriculum, program of instruction, administration, or personnel of any educational institution. Existing practices ignore the law, especially by using $4.5 billion in Race to the Top funds to bribe states to accept the Common Core standards, to which tests and hence texts are aligned. Technopoly at work. It is the best of times, it is the worst of times.